The Temple of Jupiter Capitolinus, Architecture and Art. The Temple of Jupiter Capitolinus, also known as the Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus, stood on the summit of the Capitoline Hill, the most sacred hill of Rome. It was inaugurated, according to tradition, in 509 BCE, at the very dawn of the Republic. More than just a religious building, it became the symbolic and political heart of the city, a sanctuary that embodied Rome's identity and power. Today, only scant archaeological remains survive, yet ancient literary sources and comparisons with Etruscan temples allow us to reconstruct its original appearance. A grand structure, marked by distinctive artistic features and monumental architecture. The temple was regarded as the largest of its age in Italy. Exceptional dimensions, about 60 meters long by 55 wide, raised on a high podium of tufa. Etruscan design, a triple cella plan with a central chamber dedicated to Jupiter, flanked by those of Juno and Minerva. Monumental pronaos. The front porch occupied nearly half of the whole structure, creating a wide, scenographic entrance space. Front staircase. Access was only from the front, unlike Greek temples, which could be approached from all sides. The plan reflected the centrality of civic cult in Rome, while also accommodating the worship of multiple deities within one sanctuary. The temple combined monumental scale with simple building materials, in keeping with Etruscan tradition. A tufa podium elevated the building, making it visible from afar. Wooden columns, decorated and perhaps sheathed, supported the pronaos. Wooden beams and a tiled roof, covered with terracotta tiles. Polychrome terracotta for decorative and sculptural elements. Terracotta was not a limitation, but a deliberate artistic choice. It allowed vivid coloration and large-scale statuary at lower cost than marble, which would only become widespread in Rome much later, under Greek influence. The most spectacular feature was its rich roof decoration. Frontons adorned with mythological scenes in painted terracotta. Acroteria and roof ridge statues, securely fixed with metal clamps. Figures were dynamic, vividly colored in red, blue, yellow, and black, catching the viewer's eye from afar. This decoration gave the temple a festive and solemn appearance, unlike the austere image we often associate with Greek temples in plain white marble. The interior was just as distinctive. 3 large side-by-side cella, each housing the cult statue of Jupiter, Juno, or Minerva. The statues were probably made of wood or terracotta, brightly painted. The unusually wide spaces accommodated not only worship, but also processions, votive offerings, and the city's sacred treasures. This triple arrangement symbolized the unity of the Capitoline Triad as the foundation of Rome's civic religion. Although inspired by Greek architecture, the Temple of Jupiter Capitolinus diverged in important ways. Frontal orientation, a broad staircase and deep pronaos, while the sides and rear remained closed, unlike Greek peripteral temples. Use of polychrome terracotta instead of marble. Triple cella, reflecting the Capitoline Triad, versus the single cella of most Greek temples. Roof statuary, colossal figures placed on the roof ridge, visible from a distance, rather than confined to frontons. This was therefore a distinctly Etruscan Roman architecture, more tied to civic ritual and political life than to the Greek pursuit of harmonious proportion. Imagine approaching the temple in the 6th century BCE. A colossal building rose atop the Capitoline, vividly painted, crowned with statues silhouetted against the sky. Bright colors, reds, deep blues, touches of gold, gave it a lively, powerful aura. The towering figures seemed to watch over the worshippers, linking the gods directly to the city and its rulers. It was, in essence, an architectural manifesto, Rome declaring itself capable of building the greatest temple of archaic Italy. The temple was inaugurated around 509 BCE and quickly became the religious focus of the Republic. Destroyed several times by fire, notably in 83 BCE and 69 CE, it was rebuilt with increasing Greek and Roman influence, eventually clad in marble during the Imperial Age. Yet the original Etruscan design, colorful, terracotta-rich, and monumental, remained forever linked to Rome's beginnings and its identity. The Temple of Jupiter Capitolinus was a synthesis of religion, art, and politics. It was not merely a house of the gods, but a monumental stage for civic life, proclaiming Rome's strength and destiny. With its tripartite plan, monumental pronaos, terracotta statuary, and brilliant colors, it stood as one of the most impressive buildings of the archaic Mediterranean, a symbol binding Rome to the gods and to its universal mission,